I got to hang out with Jared a bunch while he was here from Miami because I haven't seen him in a while. You were just with him. You went to go visit him and hang out.
Went to see the broski.
Yeah, like Jared got here and we were fucking doing VR and Jared's never done it before. So I was like, yo, I don't really have a lot of games on VR too. And we were trying it out. Like
VR is
Beat
awesome.
Saber shit. VR is so funny because Jared's like talking about his you know, because I haven't seen him in a while. So we're laughing, we're making jokes, we're talking about like life issues and shit. And he's like, yeah, you know, and just like fucking, just like, you know, just like, you know, man, you know how life is. And he's fucking and he's fucking Beat Sabering shit. And he's like talking to me seriously. And he's just fucking slapping his arms all over the fucking place. And he's fucking slicing shit. And all I hear is like, don't want to be an American idiot for like Beat Saber.
He's like, yeah,
He's like,
I don't know.
He's like, yeah, bro. And this motherfucker's like getting in my face and shit. And he's like fucking slapping, he's slicing cubes. And then so I got on.
Beat Saber is fucking awesome,
dude. So it's so fucking dope, and you get winded from that shit on hard levels,
yo, it's
bro.
a legit workout. That shit's a workout.
Bro, I was fucking exhausted.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I'm either just really old and a piece of shit, but no, I've seen people actually do it. It's like just flapping your arms is a workout.
Oh yeah,
it's cardio.
That shit will rock you, brother.
But I was with Jared and his son, and we were chilling, and I was like, yo, let's just look up games that are free. And the first thing I see is VR and Frank's house. Which I was immediately like, who would ever want to relive this?
Wait, hold on.
Why would you want to fucking relive Anne Frank's life?
Quick question.
Yeah. Go ahead, hit me with it. And then I'm going to tell you how it went.
Does the game start
That's the
outside?
Thing. That's the thing. Do you call it a game?
Yeah, I guess.
You call Anne Frank's life a game?
Yeah, let's call it the experience.
No, okay. Well, basically, I know what it's meant for. It's meant to be like a tour of like one of the houses she was in, I think.
Right. But are you Anne Frank?
You're Anne Frank. You're there and it just goes, it was hard times.
That's what it says?
It's like how it starts. And they go, dude, listen to this shit. So I'm sitting there and we're doing this and I'm like, yo, I'm fucking, you have hands and everything. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking Anne Frank. What's good? I'm like, I started doing like the nay and fucking crap and like fucking whipping it.
God.
And like fucking, I'm walking by and she's like in like the Gustafson's house or like wherever she stayed. She's like, we had to like hide behind stuff. They make you open a fucking fake bookcase that's a door and go inside. I'm like, this is fucking mad weird. And like you're Anne Frank, but Anne Frank's, they have like some actor narrating the voice. They hired some young girl, and she's like, "It was so cold on certain days." And you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Wait, but were there like mini games that were like Nazis came? Like you had to
you couldn't like no, it wasn't like hiding or no. That would have been fucked. Like if they made you actually experience
like
it.
a noise meter.
No, but at one point she's talking about all the things that they did inside there, like games that they would play. Like,
oh yeah, she had a diary.
What can you play in the 1940s? Imagine it's the 1940s. It's already the 1940s. Gaming is not that advanced, and now you don't have anything to play with. You're probably playing with like rocks and lint.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like playing like
as a fucking game, because it's bad enough it's the 1940s. Now you're limited to what you can play, as far as what you're allowed to enjoy.
Chess maybe.
So they had certain things like their cigarettes they would probably get if like their grandpa smoked, but they had to all share one room, right?
That'd be kind of cool.
But I'm in there, and at one point I'm like, now watch me whip and watch me nay, and she just goes, we couldn't listen to music, and I was like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Everything I was trying to like, I mean, I wasn't trying to like, but you know, it's the privilege of someone who didn't have to go through that living. Trying to experience this.
There's no way.
And
you
I'm
can't
like,
compare
don't make me Anne Frank. And I know that they did because you're like she was a small girl. You know what I mean? She wasn't like a tall person. But it was just very depressing. And I'm sitting there with Jared and his son, and we're just sitting there like nay-naying. And they're like laughing. But like at one point they were like, oh yeah, like we couldn't look out the windows when we wanted to. They had to look through binoculars once in a while. And like they couldn't be, because if they couldn't risk being seen through the curtains.
Did they find the Franks? Is that how that story ends?
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah,
they found them in there, right?
Yeah, I think she died in a concentration camp.
Fuck, dude, that shit is so
very
ass.
sad. But she was very she was like articulate for her age.
Yeah, she wrote really well. Obviously,
she wrote well for her age. And then it just kind of like but I was like, why is this a thing? But I get why it is. It's basically meant to be like, it's like if you went on tour somewhere in one of the actual houses. I think the house might be modeled after it, obviously.
Is there any...
it's fucking very depressing.
Is there any two people more mistaken for each other than Anne Frank and Helen Keller? I feel like they're so like synonymous with each other. They're like, people think Anne Frank is Helen Keller and people think Helen Keller is Anne Frank.
I mean, I feel like, what year were they around? Isn't Helen Keller like way before that too? Or maybe it's around the same time. When was Helen Keller around?
I just typed in Helen Keller and it said Helen Keller Barbie.
That looks old. Holy shit. How old is she?
Wait a second.
Wait, she's after Anne Frank.
Wait, Helen Keller lived to 1968? There's no way.
She lived till 1968.
Wait a second. I thought that, hold up. I thought Helen Keller was like in like the 1700s.
Wait, it says right there, born Helen Adams Keller, 1880.
And then lived to 1968?
Yeah, she was 87.
There's video of Helen Keller? And she had a signature too? Yo, I'm learning mad shit. The only thing I know is that they went, the way they found out
her
she was...
signature's better than mine.
I know. Her handwriting was way better than mine, dude.
But who knows what, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, her.
So she went to like something with her family and a siren went off and all the babies in the crowd started crying and she did it.
Oh, wait, isn't that like from Mr. Holland's Opus?
No, that was Helen Keller.
That actually happened to her?
Yeah, I think so. That's like where it was.
Whoa.
Like a siren went off and
maybe
like,
maybe that was like a Helen Keller ref in the movie.
Yeah, it could be.
But wait, so that's how they found out that she was deaf, huh? But then but she was blind also, wasn't she?
Blind, deaf, and dumb, as they call it.
Why'd they say that? Why is the dumb part gotta be thrown?
I don't know why they always said that.
Clearly she's not, if she's a fucking world renowned. Isn't she like a writer?
What's this? Yeah, how dumb can she be? She's fucking learned how to write while being blind. Doesn't
I think that's like what we were saying, how people were in school back then. I think you just wrote like they just automatically assumed you were dumb if you were disabled.
Yeah, because dumb just meant mute.
Did it?
Yeah, like she didn't talk. She had to learn how to talk. Remember, like they were just like water.
Yeah,
she was like wah wah, like in that movie.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And they take her to the well, right?
Yeah, what? She's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Wah wah."
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why they said like.
Who the fuck's in that movie?
That's a good question. I'm gonna look it up.
I gotta see what actors slayed in that movie because
who played Helen Keller?
But there's probably a million movies.
Yeah, probably mad people have played Kells.
Dude, Hell Kells? I was just going to say Hell Kells.
Hell Kells.
I was going to say Hell Kells.
God,
Look at how many Hell Kells.
Yeah, see, yeah, the Miracle Worker. That's the big one. Patty Duke played her.
Who the fuck is that? Who's Inga Swenson? She could get it.
Patty Duke was Helen Keller.
Inga Swens could certainly receive this with her mish. Yeah, what the hell? These ladies were smokes.